dishing out some piping hot pain on her boss. The scalding crime caught on camera. They got into a workplace dispute, and that apparently left her boiling mad.
Tonight, she is now facing serious charges. The Night Team's Andrew Dimbert is live in Fort Lauderdale with details on this one. Andrew.
Yeah, well, Jondre Thomas, the woman accused in this attack, just got out of jail here in Broward a few hours ago, but the damage she may have caused could be permanent.
Right after it sinked in, and my face just started burning, which I thought it was acid at some point because it just kept sizzling.
A boss bruised and burned by boiling water, and it's all caught on camera.
I was in shock. I crouched down and felt my skin sizzling.
Claudio Salcedo is the manager at this truck stop off 595 in Davie. He says late Friday afternoon, one of his employees, Jondre Thomas, tossed scalding hot water right in his face.
All I remember her just saying, "So you've been trying to get rid of me?" And immediately after, the boiling water came to my face.
Salcedo believes Thomas was upset about a meeting she had with him and two other bosses about her work when she stormed off. Salcedo says shortly after, she caught up with him outside and hit him with the hot water.
It sinked in right after it sinked in, and my face just started burning.
Despite those burns, you can see Salcedo chase after Thomas, trying to hold her down, yelling at others nearby to call the police.
And noticed her started running. So immediately I thought we had to apprehend her and call the authorities.
But Thomas managed to leave, later arrested at her home, according to police.
We're with 7 News looking for Miss Thomas.
We tried talking to someone at her home, but were turned away. Meanwhile, Salcedo suffered second-degree burns. His scars could be permanent, but his angst is not. Despite the possible disfigurement, he forgives his attacker.
I forgive her. Absolutely. I forgive her.
And Thomas was charged with aggravated battery. We're also told she was fired.
YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this video right here comes straight out of Davie, Florida, but we have a woman who gets terminated from her job because of grand theft, and out of all things to do, instead of leaving a job or trying to make amends and make things right, she decides to go outside and throw hot boiling water, yes, hot boiling water into her former boss's face. All because of him firing her, which he should have done if she was stealing money. So I'm going to read a snippet from this story, and I will give my opinion, surely, as we go. Woman throws scalding hot water in supervisor's face over firing. An employee at a Florida truck stop, angry that she was being fired, threw scalding hot water in her manager's face, leaving him with severe facial burns, authorities say. Surveillance video captured the incident at 595 truck stop in Davie on Friday in Florida, where police say 33-year-old Jondre Thomas was fired after she was accused of stealing money from the business, according to an arrest report obtained by NBC Miami. What was the guy supposed to do? Just let her keep stealing? I mean, what the hell is wrong with people these days? Well, you figure that you have enough authority and power where you can sit up here and physically abuse somebody. And this is why a lot of people don't want to hire crazy ass people. And this is why a lot of people don't want to fool with a lot of these loose people, because whether it's male or female, you know, you could tell when somebody is some unstable type person. And most likely she did steal the money, because for them to accuse her of grand theft, that means she stole at least over $500 or $1,000. Depends on what grand theft categorized is in Florida, which meaning like y'all law book in Florida, what does it say grand theft is? Do you have to steal a certain amount, with 500 or 1,000? That's what I meant by that. Now, Thomas was suspected of grand theft by the CEO of the truck stop and left the meeting with her bosses believing she was getting fired. So if the CEO of the truck stop, the owner, come there, it was some money missing, because they're not just going to come for no $100 damn or $50 or something like that. It was a lot of money, probably merchandise, catfish, and every damn thing else getting stolen up out of there. Now, when Thomas went outside, she reportedly began talking with her immediate supervisor, Claudio Salcedo, and accused him of trying to get her fired and allegedly tossed boiling hot liquid straight into his face. Now, what did this woman get off and get the audacity that you could throw anything on somebody, better yet in their damn face? What if you would have put this man in the eye, which she didn't give a damn, because that's probably her intention, to disfigure him or burn the hell out of him. People need to understand how hot water can get. You feel what I'm saying? Water would tear the paint off your damn ass, just like a damn car. It would peel the skin off of you. I done did so many stories within the last few months of children dying from boiling hot water being poured on them, or their parents or somebody placing them in a tub full of boiling hot water, and these kids died. So water is nothing to be played with. Just like you ever mistakenly, for those who have coffee pot, teapots, and that steam come out and it burns you, but don't it stay burnt for a long time. Now imagine if that hot water was poured over you. And for those of you who got burnt and everything done been burnt, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not a good feeling, and don't nobody deserve that type of treatment from anyone, regardless of any circumstance, because when they fired her, because remember, she was the one allegedly being, she was the one allegedly stealing. So she was already fired for grand theft, and you make the situation worse. You know what I'm saying? You already got one charge, grand theft. Then you're gonna make it worse by assaulting this man with this water. I mean, damn, how dumb and stupid can you get? When do you know when to leave good alone? Now, the Florida man tries to stab from a boss, but run him over with a car. And also, Jandra Thomas believed her supervisor was responsible for her having her job terminated. In response, she threw scalding water at the guy, and and everybody just making a big scene about the thing. So I don't understand why people with these situations, just like at the same place, they had a guy who tried to run his former boss over with a car. So this place already been plagued with all kinds of issues from the past. So I know it's hard for these people at these truck stops to get people that want to come there and work, and it's hard dealing, to the amount of pay. And this is why you want to do better in life. You want to go somewhere where you can get paid more if you're not getting to pay what you feel is. Because if she was, I'm sure she wouldn't have been stealing that much money, grand theft at that. So if you're not happy at the job, to keep yourself from getting felonies and being locked up and having your record tarnished, quit the job or go somewhere else, find a better job, or re-educate yourself and try to find somewhere where you can do things that you like to do. Because as long as you're working for somebody else, you're gonna feel some type of way, but that don't mean you have to go steal their money or anything like that, But I know everybody's not able to be their own boss and wake up and be their own businessman or businesswoman. But at the same time, if you're not happy where you at, change it. You have the power to change, but don't sit up here and get an attitude and get mad when people confront you over something that you done, because they can't come at her and accuse her of grand theft. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if it was a $10, $20, okay, but hold on, this amount of money, come on now. This happens over a period of time, So that's what I'm trying to say right there. And her reactions out of all things, instead of apologizing, trying to make it right, and just bowing her head and walking out gracefully, because I wouldn't want you to work for me neither if you're stealing money. And I know if you're stealing money, you're stealing everything else. Instead of her just leaving, she made the situation worse by going outside, confronting Mr. Claudio Salcedo, and throwing hot water in his face like that's going to make it better. Now you're all over national news, and you facing a huge assault charge. Now, they also says you can clearly see her throwing this cup of hot water right in his face. Davie Police Sergeant Mark Leon said on the surveillance footage. Salcedo chased after Thomas and a physical confrontation began. Surveillance footage shows other employees and customers trying to break up the fight. And people say men shouldn't hit women, but that's one damn instance I would have beat the hell out that woman. You can call me what you want to call me or any damn thing else. If you threaten me to throw boiling hot water on me or anything like that, that's your ass. You either gonna whoop my ass or I'm gonna whoop your ass, all burnt skin included. Now, the victim told NBC Miami that Thomas caught him by surprise, allegedly telling him, "You've been trying to get rid of me," before throwing the hot water in his face. Like, what kind of mess is that? You cannot go to these jobs acting like animals, acting like crazy ass people. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. Thomas fled the area but was arrested at her home later that day. She is facing a felony charge of aggravated battery, according to online court records, and also the grand theft. Now, Australian news anchor was basically talking about this situation, and they was making a big old story out of it, and I'm sure you can look that up on the internet also, about the Australian news anchor that was making a joke out of it, this situation, and basically laughing at the thing, and got fired and everything because they made a joke out of it. And they don't really go into detail talking about the joke of it. But that's a sad situation when you have people who have this much hate and much anger in them, that they would decide to sit up here and, instead of letting good be, decide to sit up here and basically hurt you. You already in the wrong. You have no win in this race. But it's kind of strange when people, when they get put in these situations, instead of them making the situation better, they makes it worse. Instead of her bowing her head, walking out, and paying these people their restitution for the money that she stole, because it's either that or go to jail for it. You know, you decide to get a whole nother felony, because grand theft for felony also. You decide to get a whole nother felony for assault, which is worse than the grand theft felony. You feel what I'm saying? So let me know what you all think about this video, because this is a sad situation. Y'all like the video, push that like button if you like. Share the video. Till next time, y'all stay blessed. And watch your back at these jobs, you manager and you supervisor. These people out here crazy. And to that, the Australian news anchor, the one that was laughing at the video and got fired on the air, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. I'm out.